So, what's up guys, it's Aaron from Penza again. Sorry it's been a while since I've done my last video on my Tsukiyomi deck. Been busy with life and work and whatnot. So, moving on from the boring part. Time for the deck profile today. And today I'm doing a deck profile on my Blaukluger Nova Grapplers. It's an interesting take on them, purely because they're in the past, all they've been about is standing units, so they can just repeat attacks and not really care if any of their attacks hit, because they can just attack again. But this one, you've sort of got to be more conservative in the fact that it's not running any stand triggers, this build anyway, because it's more offense based and more power based, purely because you want to add all the power and effects to Stern Blaukluger so he can stand again and then attack and get a single drive check again. Anyway, let's kick things off with the grade zeros. And here we have the starting Vanguard. Blaukluger. When a Panzer rides him, you can add a copy of a Blaukluger from your deck to hand. And then shuffle the deck afterward. It's more of a sort of stable ride chain starter off, rather than the Tsukiyomis where you like sort of uncontrollably can't add the card to your hand. It's just random. This one literally just adds one to your hand. Similar to sort of like when Blaster Javelin rides full bow. Next up is the start of the triggers. I'm running 4 Fighting Battleship Prometheus. I've changed over from running 5 Shining Lady purely because I like this guy's artwork. Nothing else special to say to him apart from his critical. And now I'm running 2 Shining Lady and 2 Red Lightning. Shining Lady's just there in case I need a booster at 5k, and then Red Lightning is there to unflip damage if I need anything, because I'm not running Claydar Mechanic this time round, or Hungry Dumpty. Next up, I'm running 4 3 minutes. He's the currently the only draw trigger we've got at the moment till set 5, which is next month, when I think it's I can't remember the name of the other draw trigger, but that's all Nova Grapplers have currently got across 7 sets, which is 2 draw triggers. Like the clan, probably the most stand triggers in the game so far. This guy's basically used to generate enough hand by late game where when you ride Stern Blaukluger you've got enough in your hand to not worry about being at a disadvantage with less cards in hand because of Stern Blaukluger's ability to discard 2. So he just helps out with maintaining hand advantage. And then last but not least, we've got 4 Ringo Clara. Currently the only heal trigger we've got at the moment. I think we've got another one coming soon in the form of Wall Boy. I might be wrong, but yeah, so it's the other, it's just basically heal damage. Next up we've got the grade 1s. So to start off we have 4 Panzer. So he's sort of, when he rides Blaukluger, like I said earlier, you can add a copy of Blaukluger from deck to hand, and he's got another ability. When this one rides the calls to the rear guard, you can discard a grade 3 from your hand and add a Stern Blaukluger from deck to hand. So it's sort of a more stable ride chain than the Tsukiyomi, so it sort of helps it along better, so you know you're going to consistently ride to at least Stern Blaukluger. Next we are running 3 Tough Boy, the 8k vanilla, just to sort of help out with more offensive things on rear guards and whatnot, because later on we'll be running something else that should be behind the Vanguard. Next I'm running 3 Death Army guy. He's sort of quite handy, and I feel him and Lady add a bit more consistency to the deck, because when at least at grade 1 or even grade 2 in some cases, you can sort of drive check a grade 3 and he automatically stands, so it's kind of handy. Next I'm running 3 twin blader, the perfect guard of the group. I used to run 2, but I just kept losing quite a lot, so I just decided to up it to 3. But I don't think 4 is I don't think 4's good, because I can't stand people who run 4 perfect guards. It just wastes your hand when you think about it. And then last but not least, we have 2 dancing wolf. Now this is what ideally would be behind Stern Blaukluger, purely because when Stern Blaukluger stands himself, you stand dancing wolf as well, and he gets an extra 3k, which is kind of handy. But dancing wolf's ability isn't limited to being behind the Vanguard either. It's not like some 10k boosters that have to be behind the Vanguard to boost them. This one, whenever it stands, regardless of where it is on the field, it will gain an extra 3000. So it's probably one of the better 10k boosters out there. Next, I've got 4 Blaukluger. Pretty much staple what you do with like ride change. You had 4 of everything really, so you get more consistency and raises the chances of actually riding the perfect ride chain. His abilities are, when you ride... what am I on about? If you have a card named Panzer in the soul, he gains a permanent 1000, which is continuous during your turn and your opponent's, and Panzer gets an extra 2000 if Blaukluger's in soul. And that's the same kind of thing. When he attacks, when he's on the Vanguard, when he attacks the Vanguard, you can choose a card from your damage and turn it face up. So it sort of works in tandem with Red Lightning in a way that can sort of regenerate sort of paying costs again. Next, I'm running 3 King of Sword. The 10k grade 2 vanilla, it's just pretty much there to sort of help hit the magic 16,000. So it sort of makes at least your opponent waste a 10k guard or 2 5ks at least. Next, we have Death Army Lady. With Death Army Lady, she's the same. She's got exactly the same ability as Death Army Guy from earlier, but she's at grade 2 with 9k. So with them two on the field, like sort of helping each other out. Not only do they both stand when the grade 3 is revealed, it sort of allows you, if you were riding Sira Kaiser, allows you to pick another target, so you could potentially get another 3 attacks out of it. So it's pretty handy and adds more consistency to the deck, and still adds that sort of element of stand, so you can attack quite a lot. That's the grade 2s. Next on, we have the grade 3s. Like I said earlier, pretty much run 4 of everything for a ride chain, and there is 4 Stern Blaukluger. If you have a card named Blaukluger in soul, he gains an extra 1000 permanently during your turn and your opponent's turn, so it goes up to 11k. And his second ability is an auto ability, so basically when his attack hits, you can counterblast 2 and choose 2 Nova Grapplers from your hand and discard them. And when you do that, you can stand himself and the unit that's behind him. So when you stand him and say Dancing Wolf then gains an extra 3000. Then Stern Blaukluger, if he received any trigger effects, keeps them, and you get to do another single drive check after. Because when you activate this ability, Stern Blaukluger loses twin drive, so he only gets to do one trigger check after. So it's pretty handy. Sort of like a pre-version to Dragonic Overlord at the end, where he stands himself. And then last but not least, I'm running 4 Asura Kaiser. It just seems to sort of go in tandem quite well with the Blaukluger sort of deck, in the fact that it's sort of like an alternative if anything goes wrong, sort of like CEO is to Tsukiyomi. Just adds more consistency and turns them grade 3 cards into stand triggers in a way, especially when used in conjunction with like the Death Army units. So it's that's pretty much it for the time being. So the clan breakdown, or grade breakdown I should say, is 17 grade 0s, 15 grade 1s, 10 grade 2s and 8 grade 3s. I'd like to hear your views, your comments, subscribe if you want to. So yeah, that's it. Thanks.